Enver asks, does the clay brush change somehow? Because when I watch old videos, clay brush strokes look awesome. It's more close to clay too. When I try clay brush, it works different. Brushes change also depending on the tablet you're using. Sometimes that can have an effect. I teach at Gemini, and they're using old bamboo tablets, and they have a much different feel than my Intuos. But if you want the clay brush to work, so I'll go to my clay brush hotkey. You can also go to B, C, L, and that'll load up clay brush here. If you do want it to behave more like a clay tubes or a clay buildup, what you can do is you can go to your clay brush, and I do this sometimes too. So here's the clay brush look. It's got to fall off. You can go through here with clay brush select. You can change that focal shift, and that'll kind of harden up those edges. But then it can start to stutter. You can go into your stroke menu and the lazy step. You can turn the lazy mouse on, turn the lazy step down, and that'll alleviate that somewhat. You can also go in here and throw in an alpha, like alpha 06, and that'll also harden it up without having to resort to a focal shift change. You can do both. And if you change this to a rectangle stroke, then it will actually behave a little bit more like clay buildup, as well as just increasing your Z intensity. You can go through here and you can kind of fine tune to see if that clay brush, you can get it to, behave a little bit more like that. And if I am using this type of brush, and sometimes I'll do that with the clay brush, I think I'll stick to this round alpha though. This is where if I'm building up, let's go ahead and delete higher, on like subdivision level 3, and I want to do like really striated, separated muscles, I'll use this one. Oh yeah, there's a multiple variety of clay brushes. So just like the smooth brush, when we went into the comma key, there's the smooth brush folder. There's also a bunch of clay brushes in here you can choose from, and you can also, just like we were talking about before, you can go through the brush modifiers and the stroke settings here. And if you want to steal properties from another brush, like, you know what, I like how HBrush, we talked about this yesterday, if we go over to samples, preserves my edges. You can set up, you can go in here to your clay brush, you can hit clone, make a clay brush variant, and you can name it later and save it. But you can go through here and you can say, oh, look at these H-polish properties, and then when you go to your clay brush clone, you can dial those in and you can see if you can get a little bit more.